Hi there, this is Jennifer with Brome Fields, and today's lesson is a vertical drop stitch. And to keep things simple, I just use the backwards loop cast on method because I wanted knit stitches on the front side of my work because row 1 is the right side. So I'm using Lion Brand Woolies Thick and Quick yarn with size 11 knitting needles, and you want to cast on a multiples of 8 plus 4. So I have 12 stitches on here, so I'm just going to do one repeat just to show you what it looks like, and it's actually a whole lot easier than I thought it was going to be. This is a stitch I've wanted to do for a long time, and just thought it looked more complicated than I thought I could do, but much easier than it looks. So it is a 12-row repeat. However, row 1 is different than all the rest. That's why I'm starting on row 1. So you'll have a 2 through row 13 repeat. So row 1, you want to knit the first stitch, which is not part of the repeat, and then you'll want to purl 2, with the backwards loop cast on method. It's a little more difficult to get those stitches. Purl 2, knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, purl 2, knit 2, and then you would repeat. However, we're going to end in a purl 2, knit 1. So I feel like it's always good to familiarize yourself with a pattern before go ahead and, like, if you were to knit a hat or a blanket, to do this little swatch. And then when you actually do the pattern, it makes a lot more sense and is easier to follow and a lot less ripping it out. So on row 2, you want to knit the knits and purl the purls, and then we had that yarn over, and on this side it's in between 2 purl stitches, so we're going to go ahead and purl it so it is the same as the stitches on either side. So we're going to knit the knits and purl the purls. So we're going to purl 1, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, and now we're going to purl 3. We're going to end with a knit 2, purl 1. Now row 3 and 5, or actually row 3, 4, 5, and 6. So for the next 4 rows, we're just going to knit the knits and purl the purls. So if you want to help yourself remember until you get familiar with the pattern, you could place a stitch marker here where that yarn over is, just so you remember. And then whenever you're familiar with it, you won't need that stitch marker. So that stitch there, oh, that's all right, is the yarn over. So we're going to knit the knits and purl the purls for the next 4 rows. So this is row 3. Knit 2, purl 2, knit 1. So now we're ready for row 4. Purl 1, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 3, knit 2, purl 1. So this is row 5. Knit 1, purl 2, knit 3, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, knit 1. Now row 6. And this is the last repeat. Purl 1, knit 2, purl 3, knit, oops, sorry, not purl 3, purl 2, knit 2, purl 3, knit 2, purl 1. Now row 7 is where we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're still knitting the knits and purling the purls though. So we're knit 1, purl 2, knit 1. And this yarn over where we increased 1 stitch, we're going to drop it off, and then we're going to drop it all the way back to that yarn over. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars. So that's where that yarn over was. And then we're going to knit 1, purl 2, knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, purl 2, knit 1. So where we have this drop stitch here, now we created a yarn over right here in between these 2 knit stitches. So here we're going to have another drop stitch. So I'll go ahead and continue working in pattern so you can see how that looks. We're just alternating where that drop stitch is going. And to me, it looks kind of like a wavy pattern. So that was row 7. This is row 8. So row 8 starts with a purl 1, knit 2, purl 3, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, and purl 1. So we're just knitting the knits and purling the purls again for the next 4 rows. So that was row 8. This is row 9. Knit 1, purl 2, knit 2. So we're bringing that together. Purl 2, knit 1, 2, 3. That's where the wave will be, the drop stitch. And knit. So row 10, I'm going to purl that first stitch, knit 2, purl 3, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, and purl 1. Row 11, knit 1, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, knit 3, 1, 2, 3, purl 2, and knit 1. And you don't really have to count the rows. You can count your stitches, so that's obviously your yarn over. So you have 1, 2, 3 stitches on there. All right, so we're ready for row 12. We're going to purl 1, knit 2, purl 3, knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, and purl 1. So row 13 is where we're going to drop this stitch. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches there. So we're going to knit 1, purl 2, knit 2, purl 2, knit 1, and then we're going to drop that stitch off the needle. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we have 5 bars there that we're dropping. And then we're going to, I forgot to do my yarn over back here. So actually I'm going to just knit back to it because I want to do a yarn over. So between these 2 stitches, which will go, so I have it alternating. So I'm going to yarn over, knit 1, purl 2, and then knit 2, because we already dropped that stitch off, purl 2, and knit 1. So now you can see those waves will be alternating. So it does create a really neat stitch. I've seen some hats with this stitch, and it is a really neat stitch. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's new stitch, and I hope to see you guys again tomorrow, and thank you so much for watching.